In this video, I will move on to the third level of questioning with Listen, Move, Think. Recall that the first level of questioning is just to ask a child what he or she is thinking. The first level of questioning, the purpose of that level is simply to get kids comfortable with sharing an idea and a thought. The second level is to allow children the opportunity to extend someone else's idea, be it a location, as in where would you live, or a size, how big would you be. Now we're ready for the third level, which is to take one idea and start to play with comparing and contrasting, asking one person the same question as another, and then asking, okay, we have these two responses. What is the difference between the two responses? And the responses can be related to math, science, or social studies. And then by comparing the two answers of two different children, then you can begin to talk logically about a content area. Listen to this interaction with children.
Brown bear.
A brown bear. And yes, young lady?
I was thinking about a hippo.
A hippo. All right. So, if you had a hippo, how much would it eat? If you had a hippo, if I had a hippo, it would eat how much? As in quantity of something. How much would your hippo eat?
By not dictating every last thing about a child's answer and leaving it relatively open for interpretation, you're going to find out a lot about how your children think within the context of a situation. And the situation here is a hippopotamus. How will children think about what a hippo is going to eat or how much a hippo is going to eat? Let's find out.
Okay. If you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
A bunch.
Okay. Can we quantify that? Can we put a number with it?
Oh.
Okay. If you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
5 meals a day.
5 meals a day. Okay. If you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
About...
One of the first things you're going to notice and have to deal with is the logic, the reasonableness of an answer. Listen to all these answers.
I would have to put a number on it. It would be about 5 million pounds a day.
5 million pounds a day. Is that a reasonable
That's how much
answer?
he eats it.
Is that a reasonable answer?
Mm-hmm. They would eat that much. They can eat it in one night. They can eat that much grass in one night.
5 million pounds.
Yeah, because they're huge. They actually they can eat like 99 pounds in one mouthful because they're so big. They actually don't eat fish, they eat grass.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I was stuck and I didn't know how to deal with this unreasonable answer, and so I just went on. I'll come back to it later at another time, but right now, just move on.
If you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
10 cans of soup each hour.
10 cans of soup each hour. If you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
It would eat 100 meals a day.
100 meals a day. And if you had a hippo, how much would it eat?
It would eat about 100 pieces of grass a day.
At any point, I could have taken a reasonable answer. There was 99 pounds in there. There were 10 cans of soup. There were any of those things. And I could have used that. There's nothing special about any one of these things. You just have to pick something. So I picked 100 pieces of grass because it's 100 and it's an easy number to manipulate. So here's the conversation. I spun the conversation too.
100 pieces of grass a day. Okay, put your hands down. So, how big is your hippo?
About as big as that mirror.
As big as this mirror right here. And it eats, okay, the mirror's right here, off to the side, and it eats 100 pieces of grass a day. Okay, so if your hippo was twice this big, how much grass would it eat a day? If his ate 100 pieces of grass a day, and it's this big, if it's twice this big, how much grass would it eat a day? Sir?
200 pieces of grass a day?
200 pieces of grass a day, because it's twice as big. If it were 4 times as big as Noah's, 4 times, how many pieces of grass would it consume a day? Yes?
400 pieces of grass.
400 pieces of grass. So if it were half the size of Noah's, how many pieces of grass would it consume a day? Half the size of Noah's.
That would be 50 pieces of grass.
50, because 50 is half of...
100.
There you go. And Olivia, right?
Yeah.
No, not Olivia.
Me?
Kate, no. What's your- Maggie. Sorry, Maggie. Maggie, if yours was half as small as the half, so a quarter, how many, this might be a tough one. How many pieces of grass? If his ate 100 and half as big as 50, what's half of 50?
20 or 30. 25. 25.
Yeah, between 20 and 30, 25. 25 is a quarter of
50. Of 100.
quarter of 100, because 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 is
100.
4 quarters are in a dollar. Yoo-hoo!
Yay!
Yay!
Did we just do math?
What?
Did we do math?
We just did math.